Oh, folks, hope you're doing well. By God, I'm feeling better. Last time I was on here, 104 temperature, shaking, not feeling real good. Feeling a lot better now. So, hope everybody out there in YouTube land or whatever is doing okay. Figured I'd get on here and talk about lawyers, judges, people like that. Because I've asked lawyers and many lawyers, what is it that, why do you like being a lawyer? I mean, what attracts you to it? Same thing with judges. I've asked a few. And I've asked some lawyers that have become judges. And there's just kind of just one universal, just kind of blanketed statement they give you is they respect the law. And to me, that's kind of they respect the law. It's kind of like very generic. I've often thought about that, and I thought, you respect the law. Okay. You respect the law that violates someone's freedom of speech, freedom of religion. Do you respect that? Do you respect laws that interfere with people's right to be secure in their persons, paper, and things? Because it sure seems to me like if you respect the law, there's something called a supremacy clause, which means the Constitution, Bill of Rights, is the supreme law of the land. Anything that interferes with that is repugnant and is not a law at all. So if that was the case, then they would have to strike down all these things that interfere with your free speech, your Second Amendment, anything that interferes with it. They'd have to strike down, and it wouldn't be a split decision. It'd have to be unanimous, one way or another. Does this conflict with the Second Amendment? Yes, unanimous. Yes, not unanimous. Well, how can it not be unanimous? I mean, they would all have to be reading it from the same script. See, this is what I'm talking about. You got people out here that aren't critical thinkers and have no thought process whatsoever, and you're putting them in charge of making bullshit draconian laws that you're supposed to follow because they respect the law. Well, in Nazi Germany, they respect the law that took away the Jews' property. They had a constitution. They actually had to change it. How about when it went so as far as taking their lives also? Did you respect that law too? Oh, you're being ridiculous. Oh, and of course nobody respects. Okay, let's a little closer to home, a little further back. Do you respect that law that allowed our military, our cavalry, to go in and slaughter the savages called Indians? Was that okay? Did you respect that law? Would you respect that law? See, this is what I'm getting at. They're not critical thinkers, and they give you some generic bullshit answer. So if you're going to sit here and tell the American people that you respect the law, make sure it's a damn just law. Don't sit here and say, oh, we have to have laws to govern society. Well, I'll put it this way. The law is not in the morality business. That starts at home. That starts with God-fearing parents that raise children with godly principles, moral laws, godly laws. Government has nothing to do with that. Matter of fact, government wants that out of here. They don't want to talk about God. Hey, First Amendment, you don't have one. Sorry. Oh, you Muslims, Buddhists, all those you can do anything you want. Christians, oh, you can't say that. You can't do that. Nope. Come on now. And you're going to listen to these people just because it says honorable so and so? Where's the honor in that? You know what's in honor? You know what's honorable? Is when they say, no, I can't go along with that. It's just almost, no, it is not almost, it is ridiculously, and it's stupid. It's just like your drunk driving laws. You shouldn't drive around drinking and driving. I mean, drunk. Okay? The guy gets off work out of a factory. I mean, it's 100+ degrees in there, man. I mean, he's soaked. He comes walking out. He's getting in his truck. He's like got maybe, I don't know, 10, 20 minutes home. Got a couple beers in his cooler. He's cruising down the road, gets out of town or whatever, pops a beer, and it's like, man, this is good. Cop pulls him over. Oh, you're drinking and driving. Yep, I was. I'm not drunk driving. But yeah, I had a beer. I got another one right there too. Is that going to make me drunk? I seriously doubt it. And if it is, and if you're one of those people that would make you drunk, you would be responsible enough to go, no, I can't do that. I have to wait till I get home. Because you know your limitations. Like that movie said, a man must know his limitations. All I'm getting at is you should be judged on an individual case-by-case basis in life. But no, we just want to just bandage it up and say, here, this is society, these are the rules. Okay. Just because you practice this religion, well, that's not okay, you can't do that. Eskimo, they kill whales. They use the blubber. They use everything. But you can't do that. Seals can't do that. Can't do this. Can't do that. They've been doing it for thousands of years. Indians, same thing. The eagle feathers and such, and rituals and things. And what did we do to them? We broke them. We took a good spirited people. Maybe not a godly Christian person, but they did believe in a higher power than us. They believed in caring for the land, being responsible with the land, Mother Earth. They knew where everything came from. They might have known about God because no one told them. But it didn't matter. We're going to go kill them and destroy them and shove them off in this parcel of land until we find oil or gold or something on it. Well, we got to take them off that parcel of land and throw them over here, and even a worse, that we think, parcel of land. This is how evil and wicked we have become. We've lost respect for God. We've lost respect for creation. We've lost respect for one another. Screw thy neighbor, then split. Instead of treat thy neighbors thyself, no, screw thy neighbor, split, man. Get out of there quick. Then they sit back and say, hey, listen, yeah, we know crime's bad. We know you're being attacked. We know you're being robbed and all these bad things are happening. Yeah, but, you're just going to have to deal with it in a civilized society. First of all, there's no such thing. You're going to have bad actors wherever you go. And the police I agree with Donald Trump on most things. But when it comes to the police, he's like, oh, let them do whatever they have to do, blah, 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 blah. It's like, no, you can't do that. Then you have a master class, you have a master race that thinks they can do whatever they want to you because you allowed them to do it. And then all these people are downtrodden because you allowed them to oppress you. It is even more imperative that these people follow the law to the T. Not lie, not cheat, not steal, but let the chips fall where they may. But they can't do that. They have to stack the deck and allow evidence in and evidence not in, and all kinds of play and games with crap. Get up and actually lie if they have to. Give them all kinds of immunities and prosecutorial immunities and, oh man, just, occupational immunities, all kinds of immunities. Because they're the master class. And you're going to like it. Instead of looking at every individual person out there and say, you are an individual person. If this little gangbanger shoves a damn 9 in your face, hopefully 20 people behind him are shoving 45s in their back. He'll soon learn or not be here, and problem solved. Yeah, you might have a little lawlessness here and there for a little while. That's usually what happens. But it all corrects itself. They learn that society will not tolerate their bad behavior. Before I forget, I guess, Josh, you're going to have a birthday here, buddy. You have a happy birthday. And the reason I say that, she knows I'm smiling. But the little kid disrupts the classroom, and they shut the school down because this little kid's disrupting the whole thing. But they can't do anything to the child because they're going to get sued. They touch him, get sued. Put him in a room, but got to get sued. I mean, no matter what they do, they're going to get sued. So they let this little kid just terrorize the whole school. But he gets by with it. See, that's the problem. He gets by with it. So he knows he can do it. Just like the gangbanger. He gets by with it. If the people in the community said, listen, cartel, gangbanger, drug dealer, whatever you happen to think you are, don't come here. You will not leave here alive if you misbehave. The community spoke. The people spoke. They said, we won't tolerate that. We have children and family and wives and stuff, and we're trying to raise these people, young people, and that in peace and have a good, quiet life, and that's what we want. We don't want you here to destroy this for us, and we will not allow it. But you're not allowed to do that because they respect the law, and the law ties your hands behind your back. See what I'm going with that? It all comes back to their draconian bullshit laws that don't amount to a hill of fucking beans. Oh, I know. There are some people who don't like it when I talk like that. I understand, and I shouldn't talk like that. But it's called life. You don't have to sit back and be a mushroom and get your ass kicked every second of the day. Curl up in a fetal position and let these people run rampant and do whatever they want to do because they make some draconian laws. This is your country. You decide who takes that post. You don't like throw them out. Throw them out. You don't like that judge's decisions? He's a bully. You don't like those cops? They're bullies. They're this, they're that. throw them out. You have that power. You have the power to say, listen, you don't have any immunities. Oh, but the lie, hey, we the people, we just nullified and voided all your immunities. Matter of fact, I think we just nullified your position. Pack your stuff and get out. This is your country. You built it. That's right. You and your forefathers built this country. You should reap the rewards. Instead, we're allowing these people to destroy it. Destroy this world. Causing fights and strife wherever they go. That's the name of the game. The handful of people will decide what's best for you. Not you, them. They will. They're not going to follow the rules on the border. No, can't do that. Nope. They're not even rules. Those are constitutional laws that say, listen, secure it. You can't secure it, I will. See, the 10th Amendment, the powers that aren't delegated to the United States, and that's a lot. There's a lot that are not delegated to the United States, fall to the state and or the people, respectively. See, the people always forget this. They don't go far enough. It says states. Yes, states' rights. Yes. And you, the people, rights. You. Not the state, you. So just because the state says this or that, you got the right to say, who is the state? Oh, that's right, that's me. You know what the state is? I'll say it again. Longitude, latitude, and elevation. That's what the state is. That's all. Some piece of crap point on a map. That's all it is. You are the state. The people make the state. So when they sit there, the state of, what the hell, the state of what? State of affairs is pretty sad, isn't it? You got a right to stand up and say, no, I am the state. I'm not a longitude. I'm not a latitude. I'm not an elevation. I'm a living, breathing, speaking entity. Come from my Creator God. I have dominion over this longitude and latitude and elevation. Throughout the whole world, we have dominion over it. We do. Us. Why? Because God made it that way. That's right. God made it that way. Not some bullshit laws. Not some bullshit lawmakers. God Almighty. Stand up. Pray to God. Pray to Him. Let Him take care of it. And He will. Things are done on His time frame, not ours. If I had my way, He'd already been here and cleaned this mess up. But that's not me. I mean, I'm no one. That's God's time frame, not mine. God decides this. I don't. Like I always say, keep praying for one another. Pray for your leaders. I mean, I call them leaders, but the people that you put in a position to conduct current daily affairs. Not to run your lives, okay? Not to run society. They don't have that authority. Nobody gave them that authority. But they seem to think we have to have laws to govern society. We do. God gave them to you. Try it. Try it sometime. If they would try it, if the government would try it, and Mr. Putin would try it, and XP and I don't know what that little fat guy up in North Korea is called. Fat little guy. But if they would just, but they're not. They're atheists, as far as I know. As far as I know, they're all atheists. But God's still in charge. They can't win. They don't win. You already know how it turns out. So's the devil. So, with all that said, folks, I want to thank everybody that wished me well and such and things. And I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And like I say, you know, don't cease to thank God. Don't cease. Always. Doesn't matter what you're doing. Doesn't matter what's going on. Thank Him. Thank Him for what all you have. Thank Him for being there in your life. For all the things that He's done that you don't even aware that He's done for you. Like I've said before, He loves you. He loves you an awful lot. He let His sinless Son be tortured for your sins. Man, if you had that power and someone was torturing your son, daughter, I mean, you wouldn't have allowed it because you're mortal. You wouldn't have let it happen for 2 seconds. You would have wiped them off the face of the earth. But God allowed it. Jesus allowed it. And He kept His promise. Why don't you reciprocate? And thank Him. I could carry on, I was gifted with the gab. So, y'all take care.